learning that there's always a way and nothing is impossible because of the power that I have, the power that I hold. Like, I could airbend right now if I really wanted to. Hello, my loves. I'm outside. Hope that you can hear me. There's like a little waterfall behind you. This is my first time making a video outside, I believe. I want to do more of this. I find myself being just extra connected to nature recently. I want to be more grounded in that and really just embrace all the little things in front of me, and it's beautiful. It truly is beautiful. But I'm here and the sun is great. I'm like sunbathing a little bit right now. Like, everything is beautiful right now. As I look at the trees, the water, and the grass, and I feel the wind like on me, and just literally nature just doing what it does, I think about life in a way, and I think about what life is supposed to do, and it's supposed to give you an experience. You're here to live the life experience, whatever obstacle you're going through or whatever era or situation you are in. Your life, it's all a part of the human experience. And when I look at nature around me, it's literally just doing what it's here for. The trees are doing what they're here for. The water and the waterfall is doing what it's here for. The sun is doing what it's here for. And then you think about humans in the more physical realm, like more human realm, I guess, and we're here to just experience life, and there's a lot of complaining, and not enough people know how to flow and just be fluid. Like, literally like water. Like, water holds such a high frequency, and it can teach you a lot. It might just, you know, look like something in a water bottle, like, oh, like, I'm thirsty, let me drink it. But no, it's way more than that. It has more of a meaning. It has such a high frequency, and I think that's so beautiful. And I sit here in so much gratitude, and I'm so thankful to be able to look at smaller things, to be a person that can look at the smaller things in life and see so much beauty in it, and not give my brain so much tension and complain about everything all the time. And I'm just so grateful to not only to look how I look. This is a beautiful shell that I'm in. I love it. But you're more than your skin. You're way more than your skin, and you should want people to look past your shell into your soul anyways. But I'm so grateful for my soul and its understanding and its connection to the universe. I sit here and I look at everything, and everything's so aligned. And because we are one with nature, sometimes in life it's hard for us to see it that way. It's hard for us to connect with it or relate to it in a way, because of obviously the society and what man has built. But to really be at a higher state of consciousness, because we are automatically programmed to be at a lower level of consciousness just in life. This whole thing is a program. Like, it will mind fuck you. But to be at a higher level of consciousness and understanding, and to know that it's way more than my skin, is just something that I carry with me, or something that I carry with me through life with so much gratitude. And I'm so thankful to think like that. There's so many people that cannot look beyond what is presented in front of them. When you study life and how it can just be like this all the time, it can just be like this, and then you look in front of you and you really analyze the world in front of you, aka nature, you just learn that everything just is and will be. Like, everything just is, and you have to embrace that. That's what life is all about. It just is, and you're here to just experience it. It just is. I keep saying it, but it's so true. And I want to talk about returning to self. I want to talk about feeling like you are at a distance with who you are as a person, and then the beauty in finding yourself all over again, and just really seeing that experience through nature, when you see how still nature is, how still the trees are, but they're not stagnant, they're just grounded and rooted. And that's literally through anything, whether there's storms coming to knock them down, they always grow back. Like, when you look at things like that, you say, hey, this is exactly what I'm here for. I'm here to be torn down, picked back up, torn down again, be a better person, step back a little bit, come back. Like, it's a process, and healing never ends, and the life experience never ends. Like, you're always healing, you're always going. So when you just accept that and you sit with it, it's just like, wow. And I've learned that returning to self, especially now that I'm back on social media a lot more, I'm back on my platform and being consistent again. I had my little 2-month break, and I thought, hey, like, I'm gonna come back to myself, I'm gonna do what I was doing before. But a lot has happened in that span of time. You would think, oh, 2 months, only 2 months, but no, like, I find that even me coming back to myself, I'm not the same as who I was 2 months ago, and I can't control that. So I just have to accept it and build another relationship with myself, embrace the fact that I'm going to be even better than before. Like, I'm transforming. Like, I'm so ready to transform in so many ways. It's so beautiful. Like, my energy is so high right now. I love it. I'm so ready to transform in so many ways, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. I literally got my ears pierced today, like, just on a whim. Like, just being completely free and existing in this world unapologetically, no matter what I'm going through. It doesn't matter what you're feeling. At the end of the day, life is beautiful. What did Janae Echo say? She said, it ain't perfect, but everything's beautiful. And that's life. That's life for you. Learning how to go through things in life, but not being stagnant, is so tricky because it requires balance. A balance of being self-aware that you are going through something and also doing something to fix it. But also, like, self-awareness, doing something about it, but also feeling your emotions and letting it go through you and out of you, while also being self-aware of, like, hey, I feel this way. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's so weird. I'm so grateful to have resources in front of me, like, more than just material things. Like, sure, I can go on, like, a shopping spree and, like, buy anything that I want to, and, like, just, I guess, like, fill the void in that way. But using natural things in front of me, like, and it makes you even grateful for, like, the more in-depth things. Like, I'm grateful for my hearing, my seeing, my voice, the fact that I'm expressing it right now in front of you, and I can hear the waterfalls, and it's just so calming, and it's grounding me in such an unexplainable way, and I just feel so much unconditional bliss, and my energy is just through the roof right now. Like, it could be the frequency of the sun, or it's just everything around me, and just, like, even though I have this picnic blanket under me, I still feel the frequency of the soil that the earth has to offer. When I breathe in, I smell the earth. I'm grateful for my smell. I can, like, I love the smell of the earth. I always say that to people. I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. Like, I show so much gratitude. And, like, I'm really learning myself all over again after being distracted for so long. And if only you knew how much that was killing me. It was murdering me. Like, I felt so stagnant, but learning that there's always a way and nothing is impossible because of the power that I have, the power that I hold. Like, I could airbend right now if I really wanted to. Learning that and saying to myself, like, you are deserving. Like, you are deserving of belonging. You deserve to take up space. Like, I deserve to be here. I deserve to think like everybody else. I deserve to express like everybody else. I deserve success like everybody else. I deserve to be acknowledged just like everybody else. I am fully capable. There's nothing that I can't do. I truly aspire to be like water, to flow like water in my life, and just, like, use water as an inspiration right now, because that's what I'm truly inspired by right now. Because water can be so many things, and I feel like I'm transforming into so many things, but I'm still myself. Like, water's always going to be water, but it can mold itself into so many beautiful things. Like, it can mold itself into a water bottle, into a bowl. It can form and change into things, but it's always going to be water. You're always going to be who you are. And I feel like water is something that can return to itself so easily, and it's so inspiring because, like, the fact that nature can just show you, like, just possibilities. And I'm trying to make this connection, and I'm trying to make this connection, like, only the real ones are gonna understand what I'm saying. It's like literally that one video of that guy saying, "Be water, my friend." Like, I try to be water. Like, anytime somebody asks me advice, like, "Oh, Mango or Sanaya, like, I don't know how to, like, get through this, I don't know how to da-da-da," but I'm just like, accept it, get through it, just flow. Like, just flow. Like, just be, just like how nature is. It just is. It's being. And that's why your body, your soul, that's why you're a being, because you're meant to just be. And there's so much validity in the fact that, like, everything is just so aligned and connected. Nature, humans, like, everything is just presented in front of you in so many small ways. Even if it's in what I just said about water and connecting it to returning to yourself, like, even with that, like, it's just, nature gives me so much reassurance. And I feel like that's what a lot of humans crave, like, that reassurance. But, like, they don't understand that the love is right in front of you. And just, wow. Even, like, returning to self, even with you being able to experience that, you being able to come back to yourself, like, that's something to be grateful for in itself. You're one with everything. You're never separated from anything. And that's what I'm learning. If that makes sense. If that makes sense. It's exactly why your soul is connected to the universe, and you have as much power in your hands as the universe does, or the higher ups does. You have literally the same matter in you that the stars do, and that everything above you has. So what makes you think that you are just somebody who just cannot? You can. Like, come on now. Like, let's be real for a second. But back to returning to self, you know, like, recently I've been moving my body a lot, like, feeling myself, like, you know, like, moving my body, dancing, and, like, just acknowledging that I'm here, like, I'm here, like, whoa. Embracing music and nature, sitting in silence, just listening to the water flow, and sitting with myself. They're just so fascinated with romance and, like, getting to know other people all over again. Like, oh, like, you know, people talk about marriage all the time. People that, like, those people that are very attached to, like, marriage, and, like, oh, I need to be married and stuff like that, right? They're like, oh, like, you know, in marriage you have to, you know, always accept your partner because they're changing all the time, and, you know. But what about accepting yourself? Like, you are your number one lover, you're your number one fan. Like, let's build that relationship with yourself. People are so quick to get to know other people in such a deep way, but it's like, dude, you are your first everything. You're literally your first everything. So you need to put yourself on that pedestal first. I'm so glad that I can see right through that lens and being like, I'm loving myself first. Before anything, I'm prioritizing myself. And all of these like rituals I'm doing, spiritual rituals, and just returning back to me, it's just like showing how much I love myself. Like, I cannot just be roaming around and just being lost. I cannot lose myself. I always tell people that's literally my number one fear, losing myself. I have to always return back to self. Every day I ask myself, what can I do today to change my life, or like something that's gonna make my better self just more happier. Like, what can I do? Like, I always ask myself, what can I do to change? What can you do to change? Like, you really thinking in depth about what you can do for yourself? Do you have any clue how much self-love that is. Put yourself first. If you feel lost right now or anything of the sort, put things aside for a minute and just be here. You're always building a relationship with yourself because new things are always happening, and sometimes you even have to sacrifice the things that you want to do for the things that you actually need to do. Care for your soul, care for your shell, your vessel. Be here with everything. I don't know why I have like this feeling that every single time I'm talking about nature or the universe or just like really praising the earth, the wind is winding. The wind, especially when it's just a windy day, like the wind just like I feel like the earth is talking to me sometimes. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just my spiritual tingles, but I don't know, I feel like the earth is always just speaking to me. Like yesterday I came back to the same spot by this waterfall, and I was just like looking at the water go, and like I was just looking at it in so much gratitude, and I was like, oh my god, the water looks so beautiful, just crashing into each other and crashing into the rocks and stuff. And like I just started laughing, like I just started like laughing hysterically, like just with this big huge amount of joy. Like I just started laughing. The same thing happens to me when I'm meditating, and I just start laughing hysterically afterwards because just so much joy. I start laughing, crying, everything. Like it's just like I feel so connected to the divine. Like the divine speaks to me, and you just have to listen. Like it's so beautiful. Let's get more in depth about like the struggle though. The struggle that I had. Oh, look at the people walking. I love people watching. We're just gonna let them go. The struggle that I had with coming back to myself, like it took me a minute to realize that all of this is just a part of my journey, and like I was getting so frustrated with the world and myself, and that was just, like I said, causing too much tension and just making me even more stagnant than before. Like you could still be super ambitious about something, and like you can you can be so like amped up, like yeah, I need to get to it, like get to the grind. Not get to the grind, that sounds like too stressful, but like get to my passions and my goals and stuff, right? And still be in a stagnant mindset of like, you know, you have to do it in a genuine way. You can't do it in a greedy way, you know? And I was getting so frustrated. I was like crying all the time, like just feeling so unbalanced and feeling like just not as abundant as I do right now in this moment, because I feel amazing right now, and I feel so good right now, dude. Like it's crazy. But I didn't feel at my highest. I felt like, you know, other things in my life were going on, and I had to stop the thing that I loved the most to, you know, work around it and like, you know, fix it so I can come back even better. And it felt like I was going nowhere. It felt like I was going nowhere. Like I was like, girl, whoo, does all of this even mean anything? Like not even realizing where energy goes, energy flows. I always say that too. Girl, follow your own advice. But where energy goes, energy flows, and not realizing like, yo, like you're gonna be able to like enjoy the fruits of your own labor. Like you're gonna be able to sit in your success. You're gonna be able to sit in that fulfillment, that wholeness. Like you are, because you've been putting the work into doing so. But I guess just in the moment, it's like when somebody's crying in front of you about something, and you're like, girl, it's gonna be okay, and then you're just looking at them like, I don't want to hear that right now. But in all reality, everything is going to be okay. Everything's gonna be okay, and all this is supposed to happen. You were supposed to get off track. You were supposed to focus on other things, you know. And I just felt so disconnected to myself. Like I had such a huge creative block, and I just felt like, damn, was all this for nothing? Like, you know, I aspire to be my best all the time, so like it's easy for me to kind of be hard on myself, but you're your first lover, so you should be able to come back to yourself if anything. And the fact that I felt like I couldn't even comfort myself in that moment because I was just like so upset. Like it's crazy that how one emotion can just like fill a lot of your time, you know. when it's really just like I was not accepting it. I wasn't accepting it. I have people around me that believe in me so much, so I'm grateful for that. But it's just like, even with that, like it was something in me that I was just like, dude, like I need to get rid of this feeling that I'm feeling right now. Like I need to come back to myself, instead of just thinking I'm going to come back to myself, but I need to do this, and this to be able to do so. You know, it's always a process. There's always steps to things. You can't just get it and that's just how it's gonna be. So living the life experience is extremely important. Extremely important. Do what you're here to do. Don't do what you think you should be here to do, you know? And now to think that I feel so on top of the world after doing my affirmations and meditating and touching grass. After doing that, I'm like, all of that for what? Like, when this was the solution. But no, I needed to go through that hardship to realize, like, girl, you are okay. You are okay. Things are going to be okay. Like, don't stress so much. But right now in my life, I just feel like I want to transform into this new being. Like, I want to be next level. I feel like I broke so many barriers in my life, and like knocking through things like, you know, I did this, I did that. I'm proud of myself. I made myself proud, you know, and I was like, I want to be like somebody with just huge wings, just this angel, you know, like I want to be at such a high level of consciousness. And even with my physical appearance, like I want to look like what my soul looks like, you know, like I want to be able to express myself in any way possible, and I'm ready to do that. And I'm here for it. Like I'm here for myself. Like I feel like I've finally shown up for myself, and I've done the work, and now that 2 months have passed, I'm ready to be just somebody just insane, like but insane in a good way, obviously. But I speak to the universe and I'm like, I'm deserving, I'm open. Like I meditate with my heart to the sky, like straight posture, like give me that energy, like just give it to me, like, you know. Like I'm so ready to just be open to like new things and just new experiences, and I want all of it. I'm like not only 1 foot in, but I'm 2 feet into this human transformation that I'm going through. Like I want more. I'm ready for more, and that's exactly what I'm going to get. I'm evolving into something so beautiful. And I can't wait to see what it's going to be, what I'm gonna look like, how I'm gonna feel. Like I have no idea, because how I feel now is not how I felt a year ago. So I wonder if it's just gonna be another spiritual awakening that I'm just like waiting on, because I know what's gonna come. I'm saying I can't wait like I'm not in it right now. Like I'm in the middle of evolving into that being, you know? So I'm just gonna embrace everything, like 1 second at a time, 1 moment at a time, and just, like I said, be here, be present. That sounds good to me.